folks, it's Jen, your Adult and Teen Services Coordinator here at MPL. We know that finding your next great read can be a challenge, so each week we'll release these short book talks to help introduce you to some of our new arrivals and great library reads. October is a great time of year to read spooky or supernatural reads. That's why it's this month's theme for our BYOB, Bring Your Own Book Club. This week's Adult Book Talk has some great options to get you scared this October. First up is The Living Dead by George A. Romero and Daniel Kraus. Romero, who created the modern zombie in his groundbreaking film Night of the Living Dead, turned to fiction to create a new contemporary zombie epic. Sadly, he passed away before he was able to finish. Now, with the complete support of Romero's estate, Daniel Kraus has finished the work. In this new masterpiece of zombie horror, readers follow a zombie plague, which is interesting reading considering that we're in the middle of a pandemic. From the very first man who wouldn't stay dead in California to the fall of humanity and beyond. Romero and Kraus describe the end of the world as we know it, but if you think you know how this story ends, you're wrong. Perfect for fans of Max Brooks's World War Z or The Walking Dead. Next up is The Only Child by Andrew Piper. The Only Child by Canadian novelist Andrew Piper is a novel about real-life monsters. Dr. Lily Dominic is a forensic psychiatrist working for one of New York's leading institutions and has grown accustomed to working with some of the most dangerous and psychotic criminals. However, nothing could prepare her for her newest patient. This nameless man claims he's not human and insists that he was created, not born, over 200 years ago. Lily is shaken when he reveals that he knew Lily's mother. Lily was just 6 years old when her mother was violently killed in what investigators concluded was a bear attack. But even though Lily was there and saw it, she's never really been certain about what happened that night. And this man, one she's certain is different than all of the rest, may hold the answers to the questions she's held all of her life. In The Only Child, Andrew Piper reimagines Gothic literature's founding masterpieces like Frankenstein and Dracula in a relentlessly suspenseful and emotional novel about family, identity, and monstrosity. Finally, The Invited by Jennifer McMahon. What's a spooky book list without a haunted house story? Helen and Nate were in search of a simpler life when they decided to abandon suburbia and take up residence on 44 acres of rural land in Vermont. Together, they would turn this fixer-upper into the house of their dreams. But when they discover that their beautiful property has a dark and violent past, Helen becomes consumed with the local legend of Hattie Breckenridge, a woman who lived and died a century ago. As Helen starts to incorporate historical elements into their new home, she becomes even more drawn into the story of 3 generations of Breckenridge women, each of whom died suspiciously. Before long, their house becomes a place of menace and unfinished business, one that beckons its owners and their neighbors toward unimaginable danger. Consider joining our BYOB, that's Bring Your Own Book Club, and to share your reading experience with other book enthusiasts. You can read along with that month's theme or just chat about what you've been reading lately. Our next meeting is Wednesday, October 28th at 7 p.m. Email jpaquette@midlandlibrary.com to receive our online meeting link. The library is now open to the general public with modified services and hours. Visit our website for a full list of details, including our hours of operation and our health and safety protocols. Whether you choose our in-person, grab-and-go, or curbside service, you can visit us online via our website, using the free Simcoe County Libraries app, or by calling 705-526-4216 to place holds on any of the books that I've mentioned here, or any in the library. You can also return your books 24/7 to the library using our book drop. A big thanks to the Government of Canada for the funding for this program. That's it for this week's Adult Book Talk. Take care and have a great week.